I'm Deputy Lee Roth. I've been with the Sheriff's Office for a little over 3 years now. Just recently got onto the K-9 unit at the end of February. And my partner, Shadow, he's had 2 handlers prior to me, and it's been active just about as long as I have been on the road. Shadow is a little over 4 years old, and if he stays healthy, he'll be able to stay on the road with me for hopefully another 4 or 5 years. We get our dogs from different vendors throughout the state. One that we use a lot is in New Smyrna. They will actually go overseas and hand-pick the dog and then train them a little bit at their facility, and then in return we'll buy them, and they go through our own K-9 school, which is 3 months of patrol school, and in that process they'll learn tracking, bite work, area searches, article searches, and then there's another month of narcotics school where they learn a bunch of different odors of different drugs. So I get to take Shadow home with me every day. There's a kennel built in my backyard, so you have the option to put him in the backyard if you want, but I keep him inside at an inside crate. So basically when he's done with work, he comes home with me and he's just a regular house dog at that point. And he's very excited to go to work every day. I grew up in Merritt Island, which is ironically where I ended up getting placed at when I first started. Prior to law enforcement, I played baseball in high school. Got pretty good grades, stayed out of trouble. After high school, I became an ocean rescue lifeguard with the EMT certification. I did that for about 5 years. And while I was doing that, I was also a competitive surfer. So I would travel throughout the state and sometimes up the East Coast for surf contests. And what actually got me into law enforcement was Deputy Don Eggert does surf photography. So he would do pictures for me at contests, and one day he just pulled me aside and told me about law enforcement, and ever since then I was into it. This career it's unlike any other, especially in the K-9 unit. I mean, you have man's best friend as your partner. He doesn't judge you, doesn't make fun of you, he just hangs out with you and he works. That's all he wants to do is work and please you. So and it's really neat aspect having the dog, and you still get to do the daily duties of a deputy. You still go to calls, still help out zone partners, take case reports, and ultimately it's still the same goal. You just have an extra tool in your truck. And I would say the worst part of the job is seeing some of the stuff you have to see. Deaths, suicides, bad car accidents. I actually witnessed a plane crash, a small single-engine plane crash. That one will stick with me for a while. Just stuff like that makes it pretty rough, but I'd say the good outweighs the bad. And as for many of the bad things that you see, being a deputy, you have the ability to try to go above and beyond and try to help people out through certain crises. One example I can give you is an elderly female that didn't have enough money for her groceries, and I actually got called to this convenience store to basically they wanted me to arrest her because she couldn't pay for her meal. And instead of going and hassling her for that, I helped her out a little bit, got her some groceries, gave her a ride back to her apartment, and we solved it that way. And I tried to help her out best I could without having a negative impact on her because she was already having a hard enough time. We're going to a burglary in progress.
That's on 24-0 or 21? It's
going to be clarified as 24-0. She said that he took her money by gunpoint.
Brevard at 390.
No, we need to clear the residence.
So if I have a disturbance at Walmart, reference to
you need to get her out still.
Black female arguing over the phone.
2,200.
Clear right.
To a female at the Sanford, valid date of 2016.
Get to work.
Okay, above.
The Hispanic male 1015, 51 to racetrack, 192 coastal, working on paperwork, 23 for a jail van.
Starting 8 Mike Sierra, M04, 8MF, yellow Frontier Nissan.
Copy 904, 8 Mike
Good boy.
Mike 0.
We just finished a track for apparently armed robbery with a firearm in the back of a residence. Suspect was apparently snuck up on him in their back porch, pulled a gun, and got some small amount of cash, and then took off. The suspect actually dropped a pair of sunglasses, so I was able to have Shadow sniff that for an article, which helps tremendously for a track. He stayed on the track pretty solid the whole time until we came up to a yellow Jeep where a couple of our SIU guys had just stopped out with him because he was possibly related, and I believe he might have just got done smoking some narcotics. So Shadow showed some interest in that vehicle and then kind of lost some odor after that, and I casted him out to try to pick up any more fresh odor with no success. So we called the track at that Jeep, but pretty good track, and we actually had an article to use, which you don't always have that. The best part of the job is obviously helping people out, and every now and then taking a real bad guy to jail, and just having that relationship with the dog and your fellow deputies, it's unlike any other career.